Hello and welcome to this NUM sensory service video, part of the hearing support team. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the Phonak Roger pen. This is an assistive listening device that can be used in addition to the personal hearing device that the learner might be using, such as a hearing aid or a cochlear implant. Now, this device looks like a pen. It's very discreet and might be used by some of the older students or learners, and adults also might prefer to use this as their device. Now, we're going to look at some of the functionalities of it and what the lights mean, because this is a key point of this device. It doesn't have a display screen like other versions that tell you what's happening. You have to know about the lights. So let's get going with that. So on the side, you'll notice there is the classic symbol for an on-off. So we're going to press that and hopefully you should be seeing a green light. Now that's solid to start with, which tells me that it's fully charged. And now it is blinking on and off green, and this tells me that the device is working. Now, if you see this blinking light change from green to a red blinking light, that means the battery is extremely low and you need to put it on charge straight away. Alternatively, if we press the on-off button again, very quickly, it returns to purple, and this purple indicates that it is now on mute. So the person listening using this device is no longer going to listen via this device. They will only listen via their personal equipment. To unmute, again, you've guessed it, you just have to press this button again very quickly and it should return to a green flashing light. It is now fully functioning again. We do have another button here next to it that I'm going to talk about, which is a connecting button. So for example, if a learner has hearing aids, they may have an audio shoe attached to the bottom, either as a battery compartment or as an additional section, like this one. On the bottom of that audio shoe are some small holes, and these are for the receiver that they will also be issued. This receiver, you have to be very careful because the prongs are different lengths and widths. So to match up the width of the prong with the deposit hole on the audio shoe, that's really important so we don't break it. So we have to make sure we hear it clip and that it will be a seal around the edge. There shouldn't be a gap. If there is a gap, you need to push it a bit harder and make sure you have lined up the right prongs. Now this should also be lined up so that there aren't any gaps, and it should clip into place on that hearing aid. Now when you have these on and the learner has them in their ears again, you can press that connect button and it will connect to the hearing aid. The learner will hear a beep or audio indication that that has been successfully connected. Now you do need to do this for each individual hearing aid if there is more than one, or cochlear implants. And also please do be aware that if it doesn't connect, you can troubleshoot by either reattaching the receiver, because it might not have clipped on. Check for any debris in the prongs. Also check that the audio shoe has slid on and it is fully on and not even slightly not attached, because that will make a big difference. And finally, you might need to change the battery in the device itself. It might not have enough juice to actually connect. If changing the battery in the device, remember to remove the sticker and wait a while before you place it into the device, because that allows it to oxygenate and work much better within the device. So now we're connected. Where and how do we use this? So let me give you an example. Within your pack you should have a lanyard. So this lanyard we can slide on to our pen as such, and then we can separate the magnetic connections and we can place it around our neck. Now it's really important we have this facing out, because this is the microphone and we do need that facing out and not having anything rubbing on it, because that's going to be really uncomfortable for the end user, because they'll be able to hear that directly to their listening devices. So it needs to be about a hand span from your mouth. So if we place our thumb on our bottom lip and where our little finger falls, that is roughly where the microphone should be. So this is about the right height. That's a really good job, because this lanyard isn't actually adjustable in terms of height. So you might prefer to just use the actual clip, if you can use that on a lanyard that you're already wearing with your ID, or you might want to attach it to a pocket of a shirt or near a button. Those are all generally good options. Now, within the pack we also have some additional accessories. So these include an audio wire, which doesn't connect directly to the pen. You do need the stand for this one, because this is the one with the audio output. So we're going to plug that in. You're going to put your pen inside the stand, make sure it's fully clipped in, and then this is going to attach to your tablet or your laptop that you want to hear the audio from. Now, if you don't want to use the stand, there is another option. There is another cable within the pack, which you can use directly with your device, and it has a different end. So we can place this in here, and again it can be plugged into your laptop or tablet to be used as an audio device, so you can hear the audio of that device directly to your hearing aid or your cochlear implant via your assistive listening device, your Roger pen. Now, we also do need to charge it every day, so you do have a charger in the pack. So you have your charging wire, which has your USB end, and your other end that's the same as your audio wire end that we can plug into the back of our pen, and a plug with the connection, or it can go straight into a laptop if you prefer, but that usually takes a bit longer. Now, you might not want to charge it just as the pen. Again, we can charge it using the stand. So you can place your pen into the stand, being careful that the arrows on the two devices line up, so do be aware of that, and look out for the lights to make sure it is actually charging. So remember, when it's charging, it's going to be blinking and it will be orange, that small light at the front. So we can charge it up this way as well, and again with the USB in a device like a laptop or through the plug. Now, troubleshooting. What if things go wrong? What can we do? So for example, if you're losing signal intermittently in terms of the audio, it might be that you're just a bit too far from the hearing aid or the cochlear implant or the young person or child who's wearing them. So it might be that you need to be a bit closer for the signal to work. So try that and see if it works. The other thing could be there could be some obstacles in the way that are blocking the signal. So do think about if there's a wall that's partially blocking the way, or other pieces of equipment or furniture that might be in the way that might be doing that. So again, think about being in the line of sight for the device. The next thing that can happen is if you can't switch it on, the battery might not have charged. So please do try and charge it. Again, don't just assume it's not working completely. Do try and charge and check for the lights that would be indicating it's charging, the flashing orange light. Now, also, if someone's listening and the speaker doesn't sound very clear, it might be that you need to readjust the position of where you're wearing this microphone on your body. So it could be that it's too far away or too close. They might be hearing you breathe. Also think about if there's anything rubbing on that microphone. Remember, that can be really discomforting for the person who's listening because they're hearing that rubbing directly to their personal listening devices. Next, if they can't hear you, it might be that you've muted it. So please do check again that light. Is it purple? That means it's on mute. You need to press the on-off button very quickly again and see if it becomes green, which means it's working. It might be that the hearing aids are not set to the right program. If the person has the ability to change the program on their hearing aids, please do check that they have it on the right program. This is unusual, so please ask the learner themselves. It might be that it didn't actually connect when you connected it, so try and connect again. So remember, you're going to use the connecting button, and the learner will have to let you know if they heard a connecting startup sound. And this needs to be done for both sides if they have more than one device. Now, if the light is blinking red, flashing on and off, remember that means the battery is really, really low. Please do put it on charge each day at the end of school or at the end of the day that you're using it.